Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Bitcoin, taking a look at what's been going on most recently, what I think is likely to happen next, and all that wonderful stuff. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another video update. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. Let's jump right down into today's video, kicking things off with the 1 hour time frame. So here we have a Bitcoin paired up with USDT. We're using the BitGet spot exchange, and yeah, it's been a volatile 24 hours, right? So we can find ourselves at the V bottom here. Very, very interesting, and a few interesting developments with the most recent price action. So let's jump into this, right? So we were expecting a move down here towards the 25,474 to 25,586, which we hit. Then we were talking about a move to the upside between 25,951 to 26,322, which was hit. But then I was expecting another push up to be more specifically within the range of 26,108 to 26,214. That obviously failed to get hit, and we did have, in fact, a break to the downside. The break that we saw to the downside was an impulsive break to the downside, basically making me believe that this was the wave 4 high, and this was an extension into our 5th wave low. Okay, so essentially very, very interesting developments within our structure. It would be more like a zigzag pattern at this particular point in time. So I'll go ahead and throw that in and change it up as an A, B, C structure. Okay, now when I zoom out of this, it's quite an interesting point because we had a 5-wave move coming down, 3 coming up, 5 coming down. It looks like we're also going to be doing a impulsive zigzag pattern to the upside as well, right? And so if we jump into the most recent move here, we can see and we can acknowledge that it doesn't look to be done just yet. I mean, it's possible that it is. Let's actually take this to a 15-minute here and just do the due diligence right in here. And actually, yeah, we can be done. That's fine. Take it back to the hourly. So it looks like we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And basically we've completed a 5-wave pattern. And obviously, as I often say, if we start with 5, we must end in 5. We're just to have a short correction here, come down a little bit, and then have another 5-wave move to the upside, right? And again, this will probably be looking for a double top at around 26,437 or close to that range, back up into that slightly higher range before breaking down again, because we haven't got a impulsive break here. But we need to be seeing a diagonal instead. That, or of course, we're doing some kind of flat correction, which is the other possible option of what is going on. So just kind of keep these in mind, because with this bigger break to the downside, we need to be seeing and we need to experience ultimately another 5-wave move to the downside so that we can finish off the structure. Alternatively, this here would have to be a part of a running flat or irregular flat or some kind of flat correction, right? It's the only other way that that could be playing out. But for the most part, I expect that we are likely to see this zigzag play out and then another 3-wave drop to the downside. And we're probably going to be doing some form of diagonal on the hourly chart. Okay, and yeah, there's not really many options involved there. You've got basically an expanding and contracting kind of diagonals. I can't imagine you're going to have many other variations. So I reckon it's going to be one of those, but we'll see how it kind of plays out. From a daily point of view, we can see that we're just in the kind of wave 3. There's nothing major going on. We have the big 5-wave drop to the downside. We had the bounce for the wave 2. And so everything that we're talking about at the moment on that hourly chart really is sitting inside our wave 3 position right here. And so we're not thinking anything above and beyond kind of, you know, what is currently going on. Essentially, this little move at the moment could be a wave 2. And we are still looking for further downside, right? And so it could be a part of a diagonal where we're still in the wave 1. Alternatively, we've completed the wave 1. We're looking to come up into the wave 2. before having a big significant wave 3, 4, and 5 just to complete the wave 3 on the daily chart. So it's going to be quite a volatile market. We're going to see a bit of turbulence, I think, but ultimately we are looking for this break to the downside, and we are looking for this target range between 22,693 to 23,874. And there's a lot of things going on, specifically with FMOC or Gary Gensler and testimony, all the way through to FTX liquidating assets, right? It's a lot going on in the space, lots of reasons for panic and all that kind of stuff. So just kind of keep a close eye. I suspect we are heading down, unless proven otherwise. We have to break higher than $28,583 just to be able to break even. I think it's actually a little bit higher than that. $28,588. Right, we need to break higher than that in order to break our structure. If we don't do this, then unfortunately downside is what we have to expect, right? We also are on a collision course for the moving averages and the EMAs. You see the death cross just occurred yesterday, essentially, for the moving averages. We're not yet there on the EMA side of things. You can argue that the 50 EMA crossed the 200 moving average on the 5th of September. And again, we saw a move to the upside on that one and so forth. But essentially death crosses, all those kind of things we can see also unfolding. So for the most part, there's not a lot of positivity. Price action is below the 200 EMA and below the 50 EMA. The 50 EMA is about to cross down lower than the 200 EMA. So ultimately, things are not looking strong for Bitcoin, right? And so people are going to react negatively to these things. Taking it up into the weekly time frame, we can find ourselves again with a bit of turbulence here, coming down towards our 200 EMA here on the weekly time frame, bouncing up a little bit at the moment. But you can see that these candlesticks on the weekly time frame are very much like a dojo candle. The open and close positions are very, very much the same. We've got some volatility in both directions, but the open and close seems to be consistently within a key area. Now, the thing to note here is that the closing positions and the opening positions are kind of forming a little bit more to the downside. So again, we'll keep a close eye on that. Most recently, with the move that we saw, we have broken down into a new lower low. We have not broken up into a new higher high anytime recently. So again, it's still not looking strong from that kind of point of view. We're just kind of breaking up into, or coiling up into this descending wedge. We're waiting to see how that kind of plays out on the weekly time frame. I suspect a big bounce is coming on Bitcoin. A move back to the $29,000 level, I think, is likely to happen. It's just a case of trying to wait out some of these smaller structures, letting them play their course, and then taking advantage of that slightly bigger move to the upside over the next kind of couple of weeks or so. But yeah, it's one of those, trying to time this is going to get quite difficult with if you're not paying attention to the smaller time frame structures. But I think, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Just a brief update on BTC. If you haven't yet checked out the videos that we've put out on VeChain, Algorand, and Hedera, you should check those out as well. Put them out on the channel this morning. So some updates on some altcoins as well. So guys, if you found it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. If you haven't joined us in Discord, check it out. Linked in the description below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.